How to start an LLC for real estate. Here are some tips to really protect yourself. I am a real estate millionaire, an entrepreneur, a mentor, a mom of 5, and so much more. I have made every mistake that there is in real estate. So in this video, I'm going to share with you all the secrets to help protect yourself today. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, or you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So you may be aware that an LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, not corporation, but company. It is an entity structure that you can get that creates an entire entity that is separate from you. Many people don't realize that you just file this with the Secretary of State and it actually creates something that is separate. It is a vehicle for you to start a business or even to hold real estate in. Many real estate investors are told to get an LLC, but they really don't understand why or some of the ways that they should do it to actually protect themselves. So let me give you the full breakdown. Creating a limited liability company will actually separate you from your business. It actually is its own entity. It's like a living, breathing thing. It can borrow money. It can protect you from your business. So you want to get an LLC when it comes to real estate because you don't want anything to happen with your real estate and someone come after your personal assets or your personal credit. Additionally, because it is its own separate entity, you literally can create its own business credit profile and your LLC can borrow money. I'll get into that in just a second. So let's get into how you name it. So the first thing that you want to do when you're getting an LLC is think about what you're going to name it. You don't want to just go to the Secretary of State and start filing paperwork and naming the business after yourself or putting the word real estate in it, for example. Because this is actually a limited liability company and it is able to borrow money, I'm going to share with you some tips so that you are not flagged as a high-risk business. So when you go to file your limited liability company, your LLC, with the Secretary of State, I recommend that you name it something vague, not using the word real estate or realty. Obviously, if you are a licensed real estate broker like Noel in the state of Florida, I have the word realty in one of my businesses because we are a real estate firm. But if you are using your LLC just to flip houses or buy real estate or have rental properties, you would not want to put the word real estate or realty in the name of your business because those are considered higher risk businesses. As you know, real estate brokerages are considered a high-risk business because 80% of them fail. Now, if you just have a business for real estate holdings like your rental property, that's most likely not going to fail, so you don't even want to get put into that category. So in many cases, you may name the LLC something like maybe your initials, you may use the word ventures, you may use the word enterprises, innovations, conjunction, different words like that. So again, I can't tell you exactly what to name your business, but for example, if my name was Noel Randall, I don't have a business that's called Noel Randall that holds real estate. I might name that business something like NR Ventures LLC. That's very simple. It has my initials. It doesn't say what I do, and it doesn't raise any red flags that this is a holding company that is holding real estate. And again, I can add properties to that LLC as I get them. And again, those rental properties and that real estate would be separate from me. So if something happened with those properties, only the LLC and its assets could be affected. So the first thing that you would do, you would go to the Secretary of State. So in the state of Florida, you would go to a site called Sunbiz. If you live in Virginia, you go to the Virginia Secretary of State. If you're in Texas, you just Google your state and then you can put Secretary of State or SOS. In almost every single state, you can file your LLC online. It's a simple process where you name the business. You have to have a registered agent. I'll get into that in just a second. You need to have an address, a physical address. It can't be a P.O. box, and you pay a fee. In some cases, the fee is as low as $100. In some cases, it's $500 or $600, depending on the state that you're in. But it's a very simple process. But before you go to the Secretary of State, like I said, think of the name that you're going to have and check that that name is not already taken. You literally can do a search of available names to make sure NR Ventures LLC isn't already taken, because if it's already taken, they will not let you name your LLC after someone else's business that's active. So again, go to the state, Secretary of State, do a search on the name that you're thinking of before you buy it, and then you would do your filing. I'm trying to get to 1 million subscribers, and I need your help. Subscribe to my channel and help me get to 1 million. Let's go. The next thing you would do is go to the IRS and get what's called an EIN. This is very important because the EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number, is very much like your business's social security number. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of things that I would want you to do before going to the IRS, but I want you to make sure that you get an EIN and file it with the IRS. It's absolutely free, and again, you can do it online just by going to irs.gov. It's right there on the home page. I'm going to give you a screenshot, and all you do is you just click that button, and it takes less than 5 minutes. But one of the things that's going to happen is when you are getting your EIN through irs.gov, they're going to ask what type of business you have. Well, if you're just holding rental properties, there's literally a button that you can press to say rental properties. If you are just going to be doing property management or leasing properties, that is also separate and is very specific so that you can tell the IRS what exactly that you're doing with this business so that you are categorized properly and you are not getting penalized or having to file different paperwork that you don't need to file for your business. Let me give you another tip because this is super important for real estate investors. So number 3, before you actually go file the business with the Secretary of State, I recommend, and again, this is completely optional, you getting a virtual address. You literally can go to places like iPostal or Opus or, different places like that and get a virtual address. And one of the reasons that I recommend this is so that it can protect your privacy of what your home address is. Now, again, if you're not concerned about your privacy, you're not Noelle Randall, you're not a public figure, and you're okay with your address being on a public website, that is okay. But for most of us, we probably don't want our home address being out there on public records. And once you create an LLC, the address that you use will be public record and anyone can search it and find it. So again, this is completely optional, but you can get a virtual address, which is a physical address where you receive mail, and you can use that address for your limited liability company. The next important thing that you need to know is that when it comes to real estate, you must file your LLC in the same state that the property is located in. So you may have gotten other advice that you should create your LLC in Delaware, for example, or in Colorado or Nevada or Wyoming because of their great corporate tax structure. Well, when it comes to an LLC that is owning properties, the property that the state is in needs to be where the LLC is filed. This is very important for real estate investors, and it really only is applicable to real estate investors, not necessarily other businesses. Like I said, I'm a real estate investor, but I also have an MBA from Baylor University, and I have another master's degree from Penn State. So I'm not just telling you something that I heard. I literally have looked at the research. I know this from business school, and it is very important that you do it this way so that you don't get into any issues and you don't want to mix information where someone is telling you about a corporation versus an LLC that owns property. And last but not least, make sure you file your annual report. So many people that I know will get their LLC and then it's voided the next year because they forget to file their annual report. This is a very simple and easy thing to do. So the same way that you filed and registered your business with the Secretary of State is usually the exact same place that you will go one time per year and pay your annual registration and file your annual report. So for example, in the state of Florida, we would go back to Sunbiz, and in fact, from January to May, they just charge $100. That's all it costs right now to file your annual renewal. This will make sure that you've paid for your LLC the next year so it doesn't get voided or dissolved. And you also will just file an annual report if there's been any changes of members, if there's been any changes in the address, if there's been any changes in what the business does. This is very simple. In most cases, it takes less than 5 minutes to file your annual report, but I've seen so many people waste their time and waste their money getting an LLC, and then the next year the whole thing is dissolved because they forgot to file the annual report. This is easy to do. Don't forget it. If you need help with it, get some help. But in many cases, you could do this for free. You can learn this. You don't have to be a genius. It's really, really easy. It's mostly about just paying the money. That's what the state really wants. I have 2 amazing books on real estate that you can get absolutely free. You just cover the shipping. Go to noellsbizsecrets.com and get my book, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets, that has all of my secrets on how I came out of my parents' basement, investing in real estate, started flipping houses, and then got lots and lots of rental properties starting from zero. And my book, Business Millionaire Secrets, that teaches you all about how to get business credit, business funding, and take yourself to that next level. You can get both of these books for free. You just cover the shipping by going to noellsbizsecrets.com. That's Noelle, Noelle with an S, Biz, B-I-Z, Secrets, S-E-C-R-E-T-S. noellsbizsecrets.com. Both of my books absolutely free. You just cover the shipping. Remember, readers are leaders. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.